What? Okay, Miss Dennis, come on up. Go ahead, Miss Dennis.
Good morning, Council. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is Jill Dennis with Assured Supervision Accountability Program. We monitor over 200 people in the city of New Orleans, both pretrial and post-conviction. I'm going to first start with the fact that we have a juvenile court system that works behind an iron curtain. We have had a juvenile, and these are the words of someone from juvenile court that said they removed them from our program because we were too proactive. And my question is, you're really going to remove them from a program that's accountable and responsible because we make the child go to school when the parent cannot? When you won't assist the parent is reaching out to criminal court, JJIC, and telling them they have a problem with their child, and the only place they get help is us. And we go and pick up the children with the adults and bring them to school and make sure they stay at school. And when they leave after the parent drops them off, tell the parent where they are so they can get them. And this child was removed from our program because we were too proactive. And that's when dealing with the juvenile system, we need to demand that that iron curtain get removed so our community can be available to help our juveniles the way they are pleading with you today to be able to do that. The second thing is when it comes to our adults in our criminal justice system, the reforms passed by Susan Guidry's Criminal Justice Committee gutted the ability of NOPD to use arrest as a deterrent. Now, we stand on the fact that no one should be stuck in jail simply because they cannot afford their bond. However, it also ended the ability for municipal court to use jail as a deterrent. The idea that, and this email was sent to you guys this morning, and I'm just going to read it. The idea that we need to look the other way on low-level crime only works to train our young offenders that there's no real consequence or responsibility for their actions. An implementation of RORs for what old council called nonviolent crimes only work to teach the up-and-coming offender that they can do as they wish, and NOPD has nothing used to stop them. Municipal court has ground it to a halt, and those who are stopped may be suspected of greater crimes cannot be held on misdemeanor charges to even get to the bottom of that issue. We must repeal the bail ordinance passed by Guidry's criminal justice system. We must reinstate the ability and demand personal responsibility. The city has a terrific digital jail. It works to assist in the efforts to ensure that people are not in jail simply because they can't afford their bond in their home with their families, while our criminal justice system does what they need to do. We must come together, put personal responsibility back on the table, and continue to do our part to protect our city. And we can't forget about the victims. If you look at the article at NOLA.com this morning, Baton Rouge is commending the city on the way they protect victims. We were able to protect the victim's life and the child's life due to a program that is New Orleans based. The ability for a victim to feel safe no matter where they are, using technology that we use today, making stay-away orders and protective orders not a sheet of paper, but a moving protection for victims. This works. And we are able to, our reoffense rate is very low. Our ability, we have standards. We can't have people monitoring offenders that aren't from New Orleans.
Ms. Dennis, you're over time.
That aren't from New Orleans, that aren't accountable to the courts, and that do not have the ability to defend the things set by the court, the conditions set by the court, all the way to the point of arrest. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, I believe this was brought